So I met Brad at a bar about 3 years ago, and we immediately hit it off. We immediately had amazing chemistry. I would compare him to Nicolas Cage's character in The Family Man, where he's this very successful entrepreneur, very focused on making money and not really into the whole marriage, family, and kids thing. So we start dating, and we'll maybe go out to dinner every time he's in town because LA was one of his houses, but otherwise he pretty much traveled the world for his company. So after we started dating, the other side approached me and said, Christine, we need you to spend as much time with Brad as possible. He is good for you. He's going to bring a lot of healing to your heart, because I had just broken up with a narcissist. So they said, he's going to bring a lot of healing to your heart, which you need. And you are going to prepare him for his future wife. No, you're not going to marry Brad, unfortunately. But this will be a relationship that benefits both of you guys. You will energetically prepare him for his future wife, and they're going to get married and have a son. So because I have the ability to connect with the other side in soul communication, what happens? I got the future wife and the future son hanging around me, right? I can feel them hanging around me saying, you got to do this, you got to do this. So the reason they want me to date Brad is because they want me to get him energetically ready for the wife and the child. So I'm like the bridge. I'm like the bridge relationship. I prepare him for marriage, and he learns a bunch of stuff from me. Unfortunately, Brad's not into it. We start dating, and he'll say things like, you have 5 minutes to talk about what you do for a living, and then I don't want to hear about it anymore. Didn't really believe in psychic abilities or the paranormal, and it annoyed him. I understand that. That's fine. But it doesn't mean the other side's just going to give up on you. They had a goal, and this goal had to happen. Why? Because of what actually happens in the movie The Family Man to Nicolas Cage's character. He goes from being this entrepreneur that's really focused on money to wanting to carve out the room in his life for the wife and the child. So the other side were determined to have this happen for Brad because they knew it would bring him spiritual fulfillment and happiness at his core to have this relationship, right? Now, it doesn't happen. So Brad is just not that into it. So the other side, this is back when I'm drinking alcohol. So the other side takes the opportunity to come through every time I've had too much to drink. So what happens? I will start drunk texting Brad. And what happens when I'm doing that? It means I'm channeling them. And when I'm channeling them, what am I doing? I'm talking about myself in the third person. So Brad would look at his phone and get literally like 12 texts from me talking about myself in the third person, saying, Brad, she's good for you. You need to spend more time with her, hang out with her, trust us on this one. I'm lucky he still even talks to me, okay? I'm lucky with that. So so it gets to a point where it becomes a running joke with me and my friends, where I would go out drinking with my friends and they'd be like, hand your phone over, Pavlina. So I would have to give them my phone so that I purposely wouldn't drunk text Brad. Then unfortunately, they would drink too much. They would take out my phone and say, let's drunk text Brad, and then they would start doing it. So it turned into this whole thing, and that actually went on for an entire year. I'm sorry, I can laugh about it now. Like, back then it wasn't so funny, but I can laugh about it now. I can't tell you how many mornings I would wake up with a hangover, check my phone, and be like, oh my God, I did not do that. It was pretty bad. I had to call him and apologize several times, but it got to a point where he would just be like, whatever, I don't know what's going on with this girl. So it never happened. Like, we never ended up spending as much time together as the other side needed us to. And perhaps it was my approach, because that's back when I didn't really have my abilities honed, and I didn't, like I said, I was still drinking alcohol, which is not good for a medium. I don't know a single medium that drinks alcohol. So it never happened. We never ended up having the energetic exchange that we were supposed to have. So what happened? That path disappeared. His wife and child, that path just poof, disappeared. That alternate reality is gone. I ran into him not too long ago, still single, no kid. Focused on money. So he will never know what could have been. That's really for me to know. I wasn't really allowed to tell him this, and this. But unfortunately, that path disappeared for him because of his free will. So now the other side has to come up with a different plan. But I just wanted to let you know how free will can affect these alternate realities, because that wife and son would have in fact made him very happy.